For a second straight morning, Ukrainians woke up to the sounds of air sirens. At least 100,000 Ukrainians are leaving the country as Putin's forces continue their assault.
And our team coverage of Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues with FIU doctor and professor Tatiana Kostadinova. And Professor, first of all, thank you for joining us tonight. Talk us through what it means for NATO to activate this response force. We're told that this is the first time in the history of NATO that this has happened.
This is a very important moment. It's not only for Ukraine, because the way it looks like today is a battle for Ukraine and for Kiev. However, it's a bigger moment because after 1945, there hasn't been a war in Europe. And that is why the security of Europe is also at risk. That is why NATO is going to commit more resources and in a very urgent manner to help resolve the problem and stop these military operations in the European country, in Ukraine, but not also to have a spill over other countries in the region.
Of course, our main concern is for the human toll in this war and for the people directly affected there. But a lot has also been said about the possible impact on gas prices here in the U.S. And there's also a potential impact on space travel, which I find interesting. For more than 2 decades, the space agencies of the United States and Russia have worked together and collaborated. How might things be changing in the very near future as a result of what's going on in Ukraine?
Well, the effects can be various of different kinds, from possible cyber attacks to migration of huge groups of people within the borders of within Europe, but also to other regions of the world. There can be tremendous impact on the gas supply for Europe, which still many of its countries depend to a large extent on Russian supplies. It could affect international trade, and the expected consequences are really of very, very different kinds.
Professor, how concerned are you that this conflict will escalate outside the borders of Ukraine?
I think that there are real concerns. And these are mostly related, some time ago, it was not that long ago, but still, President Putin sent in a written form his demands to the West, to NATO, and also to the United States. And that list of demands included not only Ukraine, but also the situation in Europe. Basically, he wanted to go back to the state of affairs before 1997, which means that all these countries, former post-communist countries who became members of NATO, would have to give up on their membership, or NATO should give up being present in these countries. So that is why what is expected is that there are concerns that the risk is big, so that this spills over beyond Ukraine. Poland, the Baltic states, they have always feared that it may come to this situation. That is why they were so anxious in striving for membership in NATO over the 1990s, when the West was telling them, why not stay neutral? Russia is not an enemy anymore. We now see
a different story. We see a different story, don't we?
History.
Absolutely.
Doctor, thank you.
Professor, and that's, of course, why we will be keeping a close eye on this situation. Professor Tatiana Kostadinova with FIU, thank you so much for joining us tonight.